Dwayne Douglas Johnson, the man the world now knows as The Rock, didn't start life in luxury or fame. Long before the movies, the fame, and the millions of fans, he was a teenager standing on a street corner in Hawaii, watching his family's belongings being thrown out of their apartment. They had just been evicted. He and his mother had nowhere to go, no money, and no home. That moment burned into his memory forever was when Dwayne realized how fragile life could be. He was only 14 years old, but he already knew what real struggle meant. His father, Rocky Johnson, was a professional wrestler who traveled constantly, while his mother, Ada, tried to keep the family together. Despite his father's fame in wrestling circles, they often had little to eat and no stable place to live. Dwayne's childhood was full of uncertainty, moving from one city to another, always chasing a better life that never seemed to come. The financial pressure broke his parents' marriage and left him feeling lost and angry. By the time Dwayne was 17, he had already been arrested multiple times for fighting, theft, and other small crimes. He was big, strong, and angry at the world. Teachers saw him as trouble, friends drifted away, the future looked hopeless. But behind all that anger was pain, the pain of disappointment, the pain of feeling invisible, and the fear of never being good enough. One day, after another argument with his mother, Dwayne looked at himself in the mirror and said, "Enough." That was the day he decided to change. He started going to the gym every day, not to impress anyone, but to fight his demons. The iron, the sweat, the silence, it became his escape. Slowly, the boy with no direction started finding purpose. His hard work caught the attention of football coaches, and soon he earned a full scholarship to the University of Miami. For the first time, Dwayne saw light at the end of the tunnel. Football became his dream, his way out of poverty. He wanted to buy his mother a home and give her the life she deserved. But just when things started going right, fate struck again, and everything he worked for was about to fall apart. Dwayne Johnson's dream was clear: to make it to the NFL, to lift his mother out of poverty, and to finally prove that his pain had a purpose. At the University of Miami, he trained like a beast. He was strong, fast, and passionate. The coaches saw potential in him. He played alongside future legends and believed his time was coming, but life once again had other plans. During a crucial game, he suffered a serious back injury that ended his chances of ever playing professional football. In an instant, his dream was gone. He tried to stay positive, but depression hit him hard. He had no backup plan, no money, and no idea what to do next. His girlfriend left him. He couldn't find work. And soon he found himself sleeping on a dirty mattress in a small apartment, broke and heartbroken. He had only $7 in his pocket, a symbol of everything he had lost. At that moment, Dwayne faced a choice: give up completely or rebuild himself from nothing. He chose the harder path to fight back. That's when he turned to the one thing that had always been part of his family: wrestling. His father, Rocky Johnson, and grandfather, Peter Mavia, were both legends in the sport. But Dwayne didn't want success handed to him because of his name. He wanted to earn it. He began training with his father, learning every move and every fall. It was painful, exhausting, and humbling. The world of wrestling was brutal, but Dwayne's heart burned with determination. When he entered the WWE under the name Rocky Mavia, fans rejected him. They booed him every night. They thought he was fake, too polished, too perfect. It crushed him. After years of fighting to belong, he was once again the outsider. But instead of walking away, Dwayne made a bold decision. He would no longer be who people expected him to be. He would be himself. He reinvented his character and called himself The Rock. Confident, fierce, and full of attitude, The Rock spoke from the heart. Audiences connected with his realness. Soon, the boos turned into cheers. He became the people's champion, proving that failure can be the foundation of greatness. After conquering the wrestling world, Dwayne Johnson stood on top of the WWE as one of the most electrifying superstars in history. The Rock had become a household name, loved by millions. But deep inside, Dwayne felt a calling for something greater. He wanted to reach beyond the ring to tell stories that could inspire the world. Hollywood, however, was a whole different battlefield. Many wrestlers had tried to become actors and most had failed. People said he would be no different. But Dwayne wasn't the type to listen to doubt. He had faced worse. His first big opportunity came with a small role in The Mummy Returns. The movie wasn't about him, but his charisma stole the show. That performance earned him his first lead role in The Scorpion King. Dwayne knew this was his moment. He worked harder than ever, spending hours in training, studying acting, and preparing his body and mind for the challenge. When the movie was released, it became a box office success, and Dwayne officially became the highest paid actor for a debut role at that time. Hollywood had noticed The Rock had arrived, but the journey was far from easy. Critics doubted his talent. Some producers labeled him as just a muscle guy. Dwayne faced rejection after rejection. Many said he didn't fit Hollywood's image: too big, too different, too bold. Yet every no only fueled his drive. He studied the craft, took risks, and stayed humble. He was willing to start from the bottom again, just like he did in wrestling. He began choosing diverse roles, from action films to comedies, from family-friendly stories to intense dramas. Movies like The Rundown, Walking Tall, and Gridiron Gang showed audiences that he wasn't just an athlete, he was a performer with heart. Slowly, people stopped calling him The Rock and started calling him Dwayne Johnson. Through it all, he kept the same discipline that built him in wrestling: waking up before sunrise, training every day, and reminding himself where he came from. He often said, "Be the hardest worker in the room," and he lived by those words. Each movie, each role was another brick in the empire he was building. Dwayne Johnson wasn't just chasing fame anymore, he was shaping his destiny. Hollywood was beginning to see not just a star, but a symbol of resilience and reinvention. As Dwayne Johnson's film career grew, something bigger was happening behind the scenes. He wasn't just acting, he was building a brand, a symbol of strength, positivity, and relentless hard work. Every role he took, every message he shared carried one idea: never stop fighting for your dreams. While others saw fame as an end goal, Dwayne saw it as a platform to inspire millions. He created his own production company, $7 Productions, named after the exact amount of money he had left when his football dream died. That name reminded him and everyone who worked with him that no matter how low life gets, you can rebuild from nothing. Through $7, Dwayne began producing movies that carried messages of hope, courage, and second chances. He wasn't just the star anymore, he was the storyteller. At the same time, Dwayne mastered something no other celebrity had done at that scale: social media. He didn't just post photos, he connected with people. Every video of him at the gym, every motivational message, every moment of honesty showed the world who he truly was. Fans saw not just a superstar, but a man who had struggled, fallen, and risen again. His authenticity made him one of the most followed people on the planet. Dwayne also expanded his empire into business. He launched his own line of fitness apparel with Under Armour called Project Rock, designed to motivate people to push their limits. He built Terramana Tequila, a brand that became one of the fastest growing in the world. Every business he touched carried his personal motto: hardest worker in the room. His success wasn't luck, it was built from years of discipline, pain, and persistence. But even as he reached new heights, Dwayne stayed grounded. He often spoke about his failures, his depression, and his early struggles. He wanted people to know that strength isn't about never falling, it's about always getting back up. His openness about mental health inspired countless fans who saw a piece of themselves in his story. Dwayne Johnson wasn't just building wealth or fame, he was building a legacy. The Rock had become more than a name. It was a mindset, a movement, a reminder that anyone, no matter where they start, can climb to the top with heart, hustle, and humility. With fame, power, and success in his hands, Dwayne Johnson could have chosen to enjoy his achievements quietly. But instead, he turned his success into service. The man who once had nothing now used his voice, money, and influence to give back to the world that once overlooked him. For Dwayne, success wasn't about what you have, it was about what you give. He started by helping those closest to him. He bought a beautiful house for his mother, fulfilling the promise he made as a poor teenager. He gave back to his family, ensuring they would never face the pain he once knew. But his kindness didn't stop there. He began visiting children in hospitals, surprising fans, and supporting countless charities. Many times, he would quietly pay for people's needs or share stories that lifted spirits. He wasn't doing it for cameras or fame. He was doing it because he remembered the feeling of being lost and hopeless. Through his foundation, the Dwayne Johnson Rock Foundation, he supported programs for children's health and education. He also funded opportunities for underprivileged youth, giving them tools to dream bigger. On social media, he used his platform to spread motivation daily. Every post was filled with positivity, humor, and honesty. He showed his followers that even strong people have struggles, and it's okay to fall. What matters is getting back up. Dwayne's words became daily fuel for millions around the world. People connected with his message: it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. He lived by that rule every single day. When fans met him, they often said he felt like an old friend, humble, warm, and full of light. He also inspired countless young athletes and dreamers to keep pushing. He reminded them that hard work, discipline, and gratitude can turn any life around. Through his movies, speeches, and interviews, Dwayne carried the same message that saved him years ago: never give up on yourself. From movie sets to motivational speeches, from gyms to charity events, Dwayne Johnson became a living example of how true strength comes from the heart. His story wasn't just about muscles or movies, it was about purpose, perseverance, and people. Dwayne Johnson's journey is one that feels larger than life, a story that started with heartbreak and ended in hope. From sleeping in a car with $7 to becoming one of the most successful entertainers in the world, his rise wasn't just about fame or fortune. It was about faith, resilience, and an unbreakable belief that no matter how dark life gets, there's always a way forward. Today, Dwayne stands as a global icon, a movie star, producer, businessman, and above all, a symbol of perseverance. Yet what makes him truly special is not his achievements, but the lessons he leaves behind. He teaches that pain can shape you, failure can strengthen you, and kindness can define you. His life shows that even when the world counts you out, you can still find your way back stronger and wiser than before. Despite his massive success, Dwayne remains grounded. He still wakes up before sunrise to train, still talks about gratitude, and still shares moments with his fans as if they were family. He never forgot where he came from: the small apartment in Hawaii, the heartbreak of failure, and the day he promised himself to never give up. Those memories keep him humble. He often says the wolf is always scratching, meaning that hunger for growth never ends. No matter how far you've come, you must keep pushing, keep learning, and keep working harder than everyone else. That's the mindset that turned Dwayne Johnson from a struggling kid into a legend. His movies may entertain millions, but his story inspires generations. He proved that success isn't about luck, it's about never quitting. He showed that being strong isn't about being fearless, it's about facing fear and still moving forward. Dwayne Johnson turned every obstacle into opportunity, every setback into strength. Today, his name represents more than a man, it represents hope. The Rock became a mountain of motivation for anyone who's ever felt broken broken, lost, or forgotten. His life is living proof that no matter where you start, you can rise beyond your circumstances. From homeless to Hollywood, from pain to power, Dwayne Johnson's untold journey reminds us all, your past does not define you, your comeback does. And The Rock's comeback will be remembered forever.